तुम्हें कौन सा ताला समझ आता है, तो फिर they can't pick any other brand than Harrison.
ना कोई डर ना कोई घोटाला।
जब लगा हुआ Harrison ताला, आपकी हर जरूरत के लिए मौजूद है Harrison ताला.
What is it called that time? Any idea? What?
Aligarh was predominantly an industrial town, which was always called Aligarh. In fact, right now when we're talking,
Distributing it out properly to the country.
yeah, I totally agree. I think that's the one thing which actually attracted him. There was an industry always.
Would you like to share about that as well?
I've been the last leg. I've almost been 30 years.
Oh, 30 years, almost 3 decades.
Yeah, I do look young, but I'm not mad.
Welcome back to the Lockguru Show. Today, we're diving into the history of a brand that has become synonymous with security in India. Yes, we are speaking about Harrison. Our guest today is an integral part of the Harrison's history and the journey of the brand where it is today. He will speak about resurgence and the resilience. So let's welcome the CEO of the company, Umang Monga. Welcome, Umang. Good to have you on the Lockguru Show. Oh, we all know about Harrison. In fact, every kid on the street knows about Harrison as a brand. 3 generations, 7 decades. We all know a little bit about it. But we'd love to know about it from the horse's mouth himself, Mr. Monga.
First of all, thank you, Sachin, for having me at the Lockguru Show. This actually goes back pre-independence. The partition was just happening, and my grandfather, Shri R.P. Monga, who I would be referring as R.P. Saab during the entire show, the legendary man who actually got Aligarh to the map of the world. I think he was the son of a rich rice mill owner who always wanted to do his own thing, wanted to do his own entrepreneurial journey. So that is the time when he, post-independence, visited this township called Aligarh that time, which is now called Talanagari.
What is it called that time? Any idea?
Aligarh was predominantly an industrial town, which was always called Aligarh. In fact, right now when we are talking, there's even a talk about being called Harigarh, synonymous to our brand, Harrison.
Wow.
So it was known for locks, but there's no organized player. There was no brand which came by. I would put my grandfather right up there to bringing the city to the world map. In fact, you go around the world, and Aligarh is known as the city of locks in India.
Wow. Yeah. Great. I'm sure he must have thought locks are there, but it's all fragmented, I'm sure. Like there must have been some paddle locks, some small locks, some big locks, but not like a quality lock company taking it forward and giving it out, distributing it out properly to the country, right?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that's the one thing which actually attracted him. There was an industry always, but it was fragmented. There were artisans who were doing their own thing. There was no organized player. There was only one organized player, which was Godrej at that time. So he saw a great opportunity. So that's when the whole idea of distribution, making a brand, came to his mind, and everything's history now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you at the helm of it, taking it forward to the next generation. We know it'll do very, very well. We're proud to have you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Every legacy business goes through its ups and downs. I'm sure Harrison had the similar journey, ups and downs, and the great resilience and with great passion for work has taken it to where it is today. Would you like to share about that as well?
Yes, I think we've been 3 generations, and these 3 generations have their own history. I've been the last leg. I've almost been 30 years into this business.
Oh, 30 years, almost 3 decades.
Yeah, I do look young, but I'm not that young. So it started with grandfather, who actually was a visionary. I can't put it in words what he did. I go to places where our brand's not available, but the brand's known. So he was the one who actually thought of the brand, thought of distributing the brand. I would give the entire credit to the father of the brand, which is RP Saab. And then comes my father, actually the man instrumental in making the brand known. He was the man who actually thought of setting up distribution, bringing on ATL activities like advertisements coming during the minor, creating a jingle which actually distinguished us as a brand between all the other players in the market. And
Would
I
you like to
guess
share that jingle with us as well? What was that?
you want to sing it.
Yes, yes, why not?
So I think if I say it, ना कोई डर ना घोटाला जब लगा हरिसन ताला आपकी हर जरूरत के लिए हरिसन ताला.
Yes, I remember vaguely. I must have been very, very young that time. And there were hoardings, in fact, in Bombay as well on this big double-decker buses also, right?
Yeah, I think there were a lot of things happening. This was early in 80s where we actually thought that the brand needs to be distinguished. The distribution was almost there, and we thought what would differentiate between I meant to say my grandfather, and I anticipate that that was the mindset that my grandfather and father and the team at that moment thought that what could differentiate the brand between the rest of the brands.
Hmm.
So massive ATL activities like advertisements being made. We had the entire Humlog team
Oh, wow.
who advertised for us, made a jingle, made an ad film which came during the minor. I think that was probably the peak of the brand, 1980s to about end of 1990s, and then comes me, right? And then comes Umang Monga, probably getting a little bit of good fortune. We had
Okay.
little family fights. We had, I think, little disturbances,
Mhm.
and that kind of I would probably say change the track from the going up. It starts slanting down, and that's when I believe where the role of my father really comes strongly. I think one man who's not only my father but my mentor. I think he would always tell me, "Mang, don't worry about anything. Tu sirf kaam kar."
Hmm.
So don't just think of what's happening around. Just put
Just
yourself in a
focus.
vacuum and focus. So that's because of him. He would get up early morning, push everybody in the team, us to work hard, forget about things happening around. It's quite hard when things are not working towards you, when things are very negative, when things are not on constructive things.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the time when you need somebody like a leader like my father who would not only work very hard, uh, push it, and was a real leader, was a real leader, where people would look upon him. I personally would just imagine how would I would in my mind compete with him.
Wow.
Though it's quite tough. It actually wasn't possible. He was. I still call him the Superman, and he would relate himself by calling himself, "मैं तो young man हूँ, you're an old man."
He used to push you and
He
drive
was
you
pushing.
forward.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's very hard to stay positive in those when everything around you is so negative, right?
Yeah, I think yes, but it's all about your focus. It's all about the drive. It's all about the people who are
The vision,
supporting
I
you,
guess,
the
as
vision.
well.
Yeah, it attracts you. I think again, then I'll give the credit to my grandfather who built the brand, and not only the brand, but the brand is so magnetic. So everybody who gets associated to the brand is pulled towards the attraction, towards the drive, towards doing that change. And that's what drives me till today.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you want to see this brand even bigger than the premier brand that we spoke about one day.
Yeah, undoubtedly. I do believe this brand is one of the most phenomenal brands I've ever seen. I go on a road and ask, तुम्हें कौन सा ताला समझ आता है? So they can't think of any other brand than Harrison, so, which is exemplary. There's a story. We were going through a JV, and we were actually closing the JV, and so we were not actually not closing the JV. We were virtually going to lose the joint venture, and it's a co-branding thing with a US company. And I took him to a Connaught Place, and we were standing on the top of one of our restaurants, and he said, "Mr. Monga, I think we can't do this."
Oh.
So I told him, I remember there were like almost like 100,000 people in the roundabout of the Connaught Place. I said, you can go downstairs and ask, ask which is the brand which is known in India. And if they say Harrison, then do a JV with me. Otherwise, let's not go into this. So surprisingly, he went downstairs,
Okay.
and the first person he caught, he asked me, "आपको कौन सा brand पसंद है?" in his desi American language.
Okay.
And not a surprise to me. And the person just took Harrison.
Wow. Fantastic.
So that's how the brand's been in the market. People know it. It's a household name.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. I'm sure that JU would have been very good for the business as well, taking the brand internationally.
Yes, it was a move. That was one of the first ones we did, and first international tie-ups. I think many more have happened. That's the first time we realized we could play around. We could be a world player, and now we have relationships with companies like Thailand, companies like Bangladesh, companies like yes, some Chinese companies as well, companies like US, Germans. So the whole idea is the brand deserves, or any Indian brand, for me, deserves to be there on the world map.
Hmm.
This is my dream actually, that Harrison to be there not only in India but around the world.
I'm sure with your persistence and cutting out the noise and just focusing on work, it will be one day for sure. Fantastic. Okay, what does Harrison mean to you beyond just being a business?
Okay, that's quite elaborate for me. I think for me, Harrison is I sometimes think it's like my baby, and sometimes things like my mother. I think there are things when I get very upset. So I think it's like my mother shading me, pushing me, telling me to go work harder. And sometimes like my baby, I want to save it from people who are eyeing wrong things.
Yeah.
So it's a little philosophical, but yes. And then Harrison for me is a brand which again deserves a global stage, and it's done pretty well in India. We're virtually across every corner from Ladakh, Leh to down south,
Gujarat, I'm sure, and to
to
Jammu and
Gujarat and to Assam, to Nagaland. So it's like, Kanyakumari.
No, fantastic. It's been
Yeah.
great. It's been great. I'm sure with you at the helm of it, it will go even further, maybe to the moon soon.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. The next question would be, how are we taking this brand to the next generation? The Gen Zs and then the Zen Alphas, as they say, who are actually born into the AI that we are into and into automation. They're actually born right there.
I think the Gen Z or the Gen Alpha, which you're saying, who were born into the AI, they have got too much of information in their hand.
Yeah.
And what it does, that they're not looking for just products.
Hmm.
They're looking for solutions.
And you guys have launched HAANCE as well last year. HAANCE is the premium hardware brand. How did that come in the picture? The
I think-
story behind that.
Yes, HAANCE is actually a mindset where I believe we are trying to create something which is magnificent, which is outstanding in terms of technology, in terms of designs, in terms of world benchmarking. So when we think of HAANCE, we think of luxury.
Okay.
We think of upgraded technology. We think of today. We think of the future. So HAANCE for me would be for people who actually are wanting luxury at a great price.
I love the story that you spoke about HAANCE, some other classes as well. But you're looking at affordable luxury, right? Is that the right word?
I wouldn't say affordable is only the word. I think it's the right price. It's the right price. You would not get pinched while buying HAANCE. It's something which will create a wow factor. I always believe when you're opening or unboxing a box of a product, there should be a wow factor. You should feel the value. So it's that valued product. For me, HAANCE, when I'm making a product, when we're making HAANCE at our plants, we believe it's something which we call the customer experience, where we have people to understand how would a customer feel when he unboxes the product. So I always think that if he can't say, wow, that at this price, it's just great, man. And so I think, yes,
Make the customer feel like that
Yeah.
every time they open the.
every time there.
Fantastic. So HAANCE is more, I could say HAANCE is Harrison 2.0.
Oh yes, HAANCE is Harrison 2.0. It's something which is leveled up, but actually got the dealers to our channel partners to feel that's actually the product what Harrison should have taken out much earlier. But I believe whatever comes with great time and
At the right
at the
time.
right time. And Hans is the future.
Okay. Great, great, great. And how are we going digital about it now? Is HAANCE going digital as well?
Yes, we already started doing that. I think Harrison and Hans together, where we have planned to launch the Harrison digital products, which are not only going to be digital but also going to be biometric, scanned with palms, eye retinas. So we have this whole range of digital products being launched by the end of this year.
Oh,
In
lovely.
fact, few of them have been launched. India, we've already started our Indian operations, where we have set up installation at doorstep within 33 to 45 pin codes around India, where you could get an installation for a digital lock within 24 to 48 hours.
Fantastic, fantastic. I'm so looking forward to look at HAANCE 3.0, I guess launching in December. Is that the right date?
Yes, December is what we marked. I think we plan to start the new year with our fingers. So that's going to be Harrison Digital 3.0.
Okay. Everything biometric.
Biometric, yeah.
Yes. All right. Okay, that's great. Wish you the best for HAANCE 3.0 as well. And I'm sure the way Harrison is taking this journey, the legacy forward to where it is today, HAANCE will take it even more further to the Gen Alphas and the Gen Zs and all the gens that are going to come after we are gone as well. Okay, do share something about your personal journey, Umang. Every great leader goes through his ups and downs, and that's what actually defines a great leader as well. So how are those journeys? I think you joined the business at a very young age, and how has the ups and downs defined your character through the whole process?
I think it's almost been 30 years for me to be in this business. I started pretty early, and for me,
How old were you then when you joined the business?
I think I was 19.
Wow.
I was doing my graduation, and my father, being the only son, and being a family-owned business, you tend at that time to come in early, and it's been very humbling. It's been very it's been up and down, but I've loved my journey because I've learned a lot. I've had great people around me. I've worked with great people. I've had great mentors, uh, uh, great support systems around me. I think the initial part of my journey was a little struggle because I was born in a family-owned business which is doing fantastically well from the outside. But inside, there was a lot of struggle. As I earlier explained, there's some Punjabi things happening.
Family foods and all
Yeah,
that.
family feuds and all. But everything went well because God's been kind, and I believe there's somebody right up there watching our back and making sure that things which deserve to grow will grow. So, what is the most, I think, the learning part for me, or the learning thing in this whole journey is being right in the skin of the game. Don't lose hope. Always be positive. Keep your mind very strong. Have the right people around you. Focus on right things. Cut the noise out. I
Yes.
think a lot of times we lose focus. We want to do new things. We get attracted to new businesses, new kind of habits. That's the tough part. It happens with everybody.
True. True.
And what actually distinguishes between the good leaders and the ones who don't make it big, or maybe don't are not successful, is the focus. And I've had those instances.
I'm sure.
Yeah, so I think it's been a
It's all about bouncing back and getting back on track again.
yeah. I think as I've told you earlier, my mentor, which has been my father, has been my true guiding light. He would always tell me, "Among focus on things, focus on the work. It won't change. You have to just be focused on doing the right things, focus on your work, and all go well." And I keep on doing it till today. There are days when you don't want to get up, and you don't have that drive. When you have the smallest possible happiness, gets you back there. You know?
Yes.
So even wearing a new shirt for a day gets me back. You know. So that because we're running a business, we're running an industry. So you'll have every day you'll meet people and go through different parts of pains and ups and downs.
Hmm.
But that very small thing you to find the whole day, which makes you happy
Yes.
and gets you back there. So for me, that the whole day revolves around that, and then I keep my mind very strong. So that's my learning is be focused, cut out the noise, put your head down and start working. Yeah,
Great.
and cut some good jokes.
Always.
Yeah,
There's no life without a sense
yeah,
of humor.
yeah,
As Charlie Chaplin said,
yeah,
a day without laughter is a day wasted.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
As long as if you don't enjoy your journey, what's the use of having a journey in the first place?
Yes,
Completely.
yeah.
You don't
Very important.
enjoy your work. And also you have so many people attached to you, their
Mm.
families, their livelihood is attached to Harrison. I'm sure that also drives you a lot.
I think yes, yes, yes. We have a great team. We have a great set of people. We have people who have worked with us or been a part of our team since I've entered or before that,
Hmm.
who's still with us either as a consultant or as something or still in the company.
Maybe your granddad's time as
And
well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's what's important, you know, because you don't run industries or companies without the right kind of people.
Hmm.
And yes, it drives me as well because when I see the numbers which we've grown in, I think we've grown in from a 5 to 10 people working to almost about 1,000 plus right now,
Great.
which gives me a lot of impetus. In fact, for me, that is one of the driving forces.
But how do you maintain that focus and growth in these turbulent times? You know, when businesses go down and when the economy is not doing that great sometimes, there's a lack of cash, as I've heard from other businesses as well.
Mm.
But the circulation is not so much. It looks like a rosy picture sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it's a very rosy picture. But inside the business are not doing very well. How do you drive? How do you focus? And how do you make the company grow that particular time?
I think you know the whole idea of running a business in this entire time because time is dynamic.
Yes.
Yeah, so you'll have to keep on changing your strategies. Sometimes strategies work and sometimes they don't.
True.
So somebody who's a friend of mine always told me, if you fail, fail fast.
Okay, when the business is not doing that well, I'm sure
Mm.
it's not always going up. There's always when the graph is going up and down and up and down. What happens and how does it? How do you drive the business forward when the graph is going down and it needs to be pushed back in the upward direction again?
Mm.
How do you do it? What's your mantra?
Okay, for me, the mantra would be, business is all about time, and time is not it's not static; it's dynamic. So you'll have to have changes in strategies, changes in things, changes in team. I would always think when things are not going right, I would always go back to my cricketing habits. They say when they're not doing it right, go back to your basics.
Go back to basics.
Go back to basics. Do those basic things right.
Hmm.
So if you do those basic things right, you will 99% do things well.
Hmm.
So and then again, one of my mentors would always tell me that if you're to fail, fail fast. Don't keep on waiting. You know, if
Okay.
your strategy is not working, just don't keep on pursuing that strategy because it's not working. Fail, try to change it. Yeah, have a good thought about it, and then change it quickly.
Okay, well, this is something personal. I would like to know, in fact, if
Mm.
you were given any ministry in the country in India, what ministry would you take and why, and how would you change that in your own dynamic way?
I'll always tell my friends and my family that if I ever wanted to get into politics, I'll probably be the prime minister,
Okay.
not the minister. So I I like to lead, and so I'll probably take 360 degrees.
Hmm.
So that will be. But right now, the Prime Minister of India, Honorable Prime Minister of India, is one I really get inspired from. In fact, I like to give credit to him for the growth of Harrison as
Wow.
well.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think there's a story to it as well. This was 2014, and he had just come to power, and he had pushed a thought called "Make in India."
Hmm.
And somehow I was one of the ones who got invited to that Make in India invite, where 600 top businessmen of India were there, including Ambani's, Mr. Mukesh Ambani, Sri Ratan Tata, and others.
Lovely.
And that's when I really realized the potential of a brand like this. When you're in the same platform.
Speaking about Make in India, how did that movement inspire you?
I think before Make in India, there was not a trust in Make in India, though there were manufacturing happening in India. But Make in India was actually a thought process which drove all of us in India to manufacture in India
True.
and to be proud about it. So a company like ours would always think of smaller visions, but in fact, all of his visions, he's been very consistent and very elaborate about it. And for a industrialist like me, when our leader pushes us, in fact, right now when I'm talking to you, we just visited one of our programs being led by Mr. Piyush Goyal, who's the Industry and Commerce Minister. The mindset and the drive of all the ministers and our Prime Minister is big. The vision is big. And when you have leaders who have big vision, it drives you.
You want to take India up right there.
Next level, yeah. So and everybody of us has seen that difference happening. When you go internationally, now you're taken very seriously, if not extremely seriously. So that is happening, and I see Make in India and other aspects what the Honorable Prime Minister has done. In fact, because I'm from Uttar Pradesh, our Chief Minister have done, and the initiative they've taken, it's pushing the industrialists to take bigger visions, bigger projects, competing with the world, go global.
Yeah. The ministry and the Prime Minister themselves are supporting it in a big way to Make in India. They're giving so many incentives. I think there are also great startups happening in the country. Are you also looking at something like that? Starting something new, maybe on a technological front?
I think it's too early to say something for that. But yes, there is something on the corner. We're actually, as in the Harrison Group, thinking of doing a new startup.
Okay.
Which would be related to something in digital. So that would be something which I would like to talk about a little later.
Okay.
But yes, to give you a little brief, we are on that track.
Fantastic. Good luck for that, sir.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Umang, you're in the business of security, making people's homes secure, offices secure. But how do you define security with yourself? In life, how do you feel secure in your own life? I think I would define that knowing your own worth and be confident. Back yourself. खुद के लिए ताली बजाओ. So if you are your own best fan, a lot of times we don't do that. Yeah. And that's when our own self security goes down. तो अगर आप खुद के लिए ताली बजाएंगे, आप खुद को बैक करेंगे, you'll be positive about things. Enjoying your small victories. You'll automatically see that you people around you, because your aura, will feel happy about it. And when you're insecure about yourself, then you tend to be a little loud. You tend to be not talking the right thing. You, as a leader, you will probably miss the right points. Yeah. So there are times where all of us goes through. So the good thought is know your worth, back yourself, clap for yourself, or अच्छी बातें करो. अच्छी बातें करो. Stay positive. Stay positive. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Well said, sir. Okay, now the most important questions we've already done, but what I feel even more important in my show is the rapid fire. Okay, now the rapid fire time. Are you guys ready for it? One. Yes, always. This is going to be interesting. Okay. Not very long answers, one-line answers. Here we start. Are you ready? Not long answers with me is I know, that's why I said no long answers, one-line answers. No essays. We go now. No essays. No essays. Wow. Okay. First thing that comes to your mind when you hear the word lock. Harrison. Fantastic. If Harrison was a person, what would they be like? Amitabh Bachchan, the legend. Okay. if Harrison were a person, what would their qualities be like?
Strong, dependable, trustworthy,
Okay.
and stylish.
Stylish for sure.
Yeah.
One business habit that you inherited from your father.
Hard work. I think nothing can replace hard work. Put your entire focus and hard work in what you're doing. That is probably what I've learned from my father.
Great.
Yeah.
One thing your grandfather would say if he saw Harrison today as a company.
I would say he would be very, very happy.
One line answer. ना कोई डर ना कोई घोटाला.
जब लगा हुआ हरिसन ताला, आपकी हर जरूरत के लिए मौजूद है हरिसन ताला.
If you weren't running Harrison, what would you be doing?
I'm passionate about building brands, and it could be any other business, but not locks, but building a brand for sure. I would be doing something with sales or marketing. So
Okay.
it could be a marketing agency, it could be an ad agency,
Helping brands become
helping
bigger.
brands becoming bigger. I think I'm inherently been always in awe of building brands. So that's my forte, and I wanted to always stick to it.
Great, great. Last one. Describe Harrison in 3 words.
The trust of India.
Trust of India.
Yeah.
Great. Among, before we wrap up the podcast,
Mm.
anything that you want to say to your customers who buy Harrison and who believe in the brand?
Thank you to all of you, and the trust which you have bestowed on us will never be broken, and we'll always get you the best and the latest products. Thank you once again.
But that was good, Umang. It was great to have you on the Lockguru Show. Great to know more about Harrison. And I'm sure with this podcast, the whole world will know about the Harrison journey and its future.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Lovely having you here.
Yeah.
Well, that was Mr. Umang Monga, the CEO of Harrison, sharing the insights of the company's journey and his personal experiences till date. Hope you liked our podcast. If you like it, do subscribe that you don't miss our forthcoming podcasts as well. Do share it with your friends and family.
Okay. Wanted something to his father, and I made mentors. There came